Yogi here put it, he says, they really don't care about, he's probably not going to care about self-insert trolls or colored ponies. Keep it to Toho. Or beer. Let's see, he may or may not appear at the photo shoots. If he does, great. Let's give him a good welcome, and honestly, I would not worry about anything that any individual or group of fans is going to do to turn him off. He goes to Reitai's site every year. The sheer amount of porn and smut and what have you that is produced in the doujinshi, in the games, in everything, if he hasn't been scared off by now, there is nothing that we can do that will do so. Nothing.
That being said, please do keep the spaghetti in your pockets.
Yes. And the marriage proposals. He is married. And for that matter, the cons also know what they're doing. So go, have a good time. There's a number of hotels in the area that you can stay at. Use this as an opportunity to reach out to the rest of the Toho fandom. I mean, we've got people from the Midwest. I already know we have a large group from the Midwest coming. Mid-Atlantic, New England, the Southeast Toho group is very large, and I know there's people coming from the West Coast too. So use this time to get to know everyone. It's going to be a great experience for the fandom. Are we ready?
I think so, yeah.
All right, and without further adu, I'm going to return it to our finalists.
So we're going to show, actually, Hiso Tensoku instead of 13.5 because Gray Raider shoes.
Actually, we can do both in theory. So this is actually one of the fighting games. This is the previous fighting game, the one that's about to be released. This is 12.3. And the previous game that's attached to is Scarlet Weather Rhapsody. Now, the beauty of this game is it's a true 2D fighter. And
They're gonna pick whatever they want to pick. Come on. Hey, come on, cut it out.
by the way, my character is so drunk she can barely stand up.
I've got some.
Building and control food. We're going to be running fast. So. So you see on the bottom there's a few highlighted. There are a few highlighted rectangles. Those are star cards. Those are really fast and see, the idea is you have star cards. the absence of any organized system, humans and yokai would resort to killing each other over petty things. So instead, spell cards. Spell cards. There's something that's, shall we say, non-lethal.
All right, and now for the next one, but my now must be my guns. Find it. There we go. This is Sultan's Masquerade.
Yeah, this is a game that's coming out in its full version this evening.
Yeah, this is the demo. My computer will be slightly taxed, but it's certainly playable.
For those interested, the demo is available directly on FastFlow's website. The general premise of the story is that it's been a while since there was Ace fighting. A bunch of new groups and factions have arisen. And so the humans of the human village are kind of distraught that they've lost all the motivation because of these different groups that have risen, and they're looking to the sort of new leaders for attention and so much worship. You'll also notice that this is a completely new for FastFlow. The old fighting system is gone and it's been replaced with a completely new one. And it has the cast, which has remained very similar since Immaterial Missing Power, which was released several years ago at this point. The basic move sets are actually divided into 3 different types of attacks. Shinto, Tao, and Buddhism. And the different faiths have their own particular specialties. Ouch! Rainbow, with a mostly Shinto moveset, focuses more upon having homing moves and projectiles. Taoist movesets are typically more geared towards piercing and laser, quick moves. And Buddhist attacks are geared more towards close combat, bigger, slower moves, but that can be comboed.
Oh, there are so many jokes I can make right now, but I've got to not do that.
Just present.
Anyone got one word in really quick? So if anyone wants to actually try any of those games that you just saw, all of them will be played later on.
There are only a few characters who are not some kind of yokai and are purely human. So where does Zoom take inspiration from? Well, he takes his inspiration from a lot of different traditional Japanese myths. And well, sometimes his portrayal is very in line with the traditional myths. Other times it's not particularly the same, but close. He does draw inspiration. All right. First off, I'd like to take examples of 4 different characters. Their traditional portrayals and their Toho portrayals. So first off, Kitsune, they're fox spirits. Typically, a fox that's lived for a very long time. They're said to gain more tails, usually at the rate of 1 every 100 years until they reach 9, at which point their fur becomes gold and they basically gain superpowers. They are shapeshifters. They are known to disguise themselves as all different kinds of stuff, humans,